Hello, my name is Rob. We're here at Kickback Garage and today we'll be talking about this. This is the brand new Chiselspeed double action lambretta rear shock. Want to know more about this? Grab yourself a coffee and I'll send the scooter over. Those very nice people at Chiselspeed sent me a new shock to play with. Now, this is a little bit special. It's brand new type. It's got compression adjustment and it's got rebound adjustment. The other features about this is that it is machined aluminium and billet in all its loveliness. This particular shock is 310 millimeters. But you can buy it in 300 and 315. So let me throw it on the scooter and I want to show you how to set this puppy up. Right chaps, that's the Chiselspeed shock put on my trusty Series 2 here. And I actually only had to wind on the spring one full turn to achieve my 2 centimeters with sag. I'm not sure if you can see it here, but here, this is the bottom out buffer. And I just press this down like so, and when I sat on the bike I put my bum quite far on the bike here because sometimes I like to be a little bit when I'll start again, shall I sat my bum quite far on the back of the bike because when I'm riding aggressively I like to have my bum on this hump here, so that's sort of to simulate worst case scenario. So that's the preload set on the spring, and as I said, just one full turn was fine for me. And the compression damping I set to just 3 clicks. So that gives me quite a huge range really, because both these clickers, both the compression and the rebound, they have 12 clicks of movement. So that's the sag and the compression, and now we're going to set the rebound. So I'm going to back the rebound off all the way back to minus, which is anti-clockwise, and I'm going to take it off the stand and I'm going to give it a bit of a shove. I'll show you. Right, so this is what it looks like when I haven't adjusted the rebound at all. As you can see, if I can hold it, as you can see, it springs back pretty aggressively. So what I want to do now is control the rebound by giving it a couple of clicks, and because I use 3 clicks on the compression, I'm going to first try with 3 clicks on the rebound. I presume that both these clickers are on the same type of shim stack and linear, but we'll see how that is when I try it now. Yeah, well, that's not too bad actually. So if you have a look at this, I'll give it another one. See how that is? That's 4 clicks. Actually, that's a little bit slow. So I think I'll back it down to 3 clicks again. There we go. Sit my bum way back. Nice. Let me just adjust my camera here. Yep, you can see it. Right, so what I was trying to achieve there was when I press down on the scooter and let it go, I want the rebound to be as fast as I possibly can, without it actually topping out, if you understand what I mean. I don't want it to spring back really quick. I don't want it to spring back really quick and it gives a bit of a undulation at the top of the rebound. I just want a fast rebound, but I want it controlled. So that's what I was aiming for there. And yeah, that seems pretty cool. Now what that means is really for me, when I've just got 3 clicks on the compression and I just needed 3 clicks on the rebound, what that actually means is this shock here is going to give you a massive range. And I imagine if I had a room for a pillion, then I could probably not mess around with the preload on the spring, and I imagine another 2 or 3 clicks on both the compression and the rebound, and I'm good to go when it comes to having a pillion. So what I'm going to do now is use this scooter for 2 weeks to work, and that is about 500 kilometers. So that should give me a really good chance to dial it in properly, and I'm going to try and find the worst roads possible to give this thing a proper thrashing. Right, before I start with my conclusion here, I've got my little paper note thing here. I'd like to give a big shout out to the boys and girls at Chiselspeed. Thank you very much, Martin and what you called Julia. They actually sent me the shock without me asking for it. I just suddenly got it in the post, and that is really, really cool. So yeah, thanks for giving me the opportunity to test it. Great little shock it is. I've written down some stuff here. Let's have a look what I've ridden. Yeah, so I've had it in the scooter for about 2.5 weeks. In between dodging rain showers and split carb rubbers. I'm really getting fed up with that, by the way. That's something for another video. I did no change to the setup after the initial setup I did in the garage here for a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, nothing. I just rode it as it was, and it feels really, really good. It's very, very supple at the start of the travel, and because of the way the preload and the compression and rebound dampening works, then that means that it's supple at the start of the travel, but it's very progressive. So it gets a lot stiffer at the end of the travel, and when the rebound works, when it springs back again, it gradually slows it down at the end of the travel again. Now, what that does actually is make it feel like you've got a lot more travel on the scooter than you really have, which is really, really nice. Looking at my notes again, what else did I say? Yep, it's the progressive compression and rebound, really good. Yeah, so what that also equates to is you don't get any spiking. If you go over a really hard bump or a massive pothole, which I've been aiming for on purpose, I might explain the split carb rubber there, but anyway, it doesn't spike when you bottom out. It's really, really nicely progressive towards the end of the travel, so you don't get this really nasty jolts on your back. And the same as when it springs out again, when it opens itself up again, it does that. It does that fast enough to keep the wheel on the tarmac, but it also means that it slows it right down right at the end of the travel, so it feels really, really plush without being wallowy. I may hasten to add, as they say. What else did I write here? I did some really fast accelerations. My scooter's capable of doing that, and it didn't squat. You could feel it sort of hugging the road, but it didn't squat that much that it was any problem. It gave you really, really nice feedback to what the tyre is doing, and you could really feel the mechanical grip there. Yeah, really, really confidence inspiring. Another thing I wrote down was, with the same as the other shock, the single adjustable Chiselspeed shock, the 203 length is they aren't adjustable. They come in 3 lengths, as I said, 300, 310, 315, and all these have got different stroke lengths. So what that means is that when you go for a longer shock, you actually get more stroke or more suspension travel, and that's a good thing. That's really good. So, and that's probably one of the reasons why it feels like it's a lot longer than some of the others on the market, and it's not too stiff. It's really, really a Goldilocks shock. But once you started coming down into the travel, it stiffens up a little bit. So if you're riding really, really aggressive, then yeah, it feels sporty, but it's still plush. If you get my drift, it's a bit hard to explain, but it's just wonderful. Looking at the list again, yep. That's about all I wrote about it. I'm really, really impressed with it. The price of this shock, the dual action shock, is $269.95. Why did they do that? It's £270. But if you want to get hold of some billet aluminium gorgeousness, and you want to feel that same sort of feel that you get with the dual shock, then you go buy the Chiselspeed shock with the single adjustment on. The reason why I'm saying that is it got nothing to do with the fact that the double action Chiselspeed rear shock is poor in any way or form. It just goes to show how good they've done the valving and the spring preload action and stuff like that on the single adjustable Chiselspeed shock. It's basically it's the same sort of feel. You haven't got the same amount of adjustment at your fingertips, but because this puppy does adjust the rebound and the compression at the same time with one knob, the feel is quite similar, to tell you the truth. I've been riding them back to back. I've got the dual action on my Series 2, and I've got the single action on the Series 1, and they're pretty comparable. They're pretty comparable. I reckon there is a tad little stiffer, the dual action one, which could give you a bigger range if you're gonna have a lot of luggage, or your wife likes eating lots of pies, stuff like that. So I don't mean any disrespect whatsoever to the dual action shock. It's just the fact that the single action shock is fantastic value for money. I reckon the dual action shock is very good value for money, but the single action shock is just amazing for the price that you pay there. I did actually make some footage for the shock. I strapped the DJI camera on the scooter, and it turned out absolutely terrible. So the clips that have come up, they're sort of the best of the worst, and you can sort of see it move around there, the shock. But anyway, I tried, but it's just too vibraty, the old lambretta. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, do your thumbs up or down, whatever you fancy. Run over to my Teespring site, because I've made some lovely new hoodies with a zip, which I like, because it means I can put the old microphone down there. And yeah, I'll love you and leave you, and see you in the next one, lads. Okay, ta-ra.